Hello, welcome back to Have Roots Will Travel. My name is Lisa Elvin Staltari, and I am a professional genealogist and a committed traveler. I love telling stories, and my goal with this channel over many years has been to tell the stories of these women who crossed an ocean to help North America and New France survive. So I think their stories need to be told, their names told, and that is my goal in doing this series of Les Filles du Roi, or otherwise known as the King's Daughters. But before we get started, let me show you ways you can help support the channel. The first three keep you in the know. Subscribe, very important for that all important, let me get it right, algorithm. And then the like is important as well because it gets that particular episode seen more. It's part of that algorithm, of course. And then the notify is just for you because then you get to know when I post new content. The next three are ways to help the channel itself grow. And we have a memberships that are available through YouTube, and you click on the button, and it's as easy as that, and you can cancel anytime. It starts at 99 cents a month, all the way up to $24.99, depending on your level of involvement. And each level gives you different things. So, like at the $4.99 level, you get this much off any services and that sort of thing. Obviously, at the very top level, you're getting the most. So have a look and see if any of them would help you in your genealogical pursuits. And also, there's something called a super thanks. And that's really fun because you get to actually click on, I think that's how it works. You click on an episode, and then it says, okay, you want to do a super thanks, and then you put in the amount you want, and it's like a little tip. So I think it's just fun. I get a notice, and I go, ooh, that sort of thing. So imagine me doing, ooh, that's it. But, and also, don't forget there's Have Roots Will Travel, my website, where I have the PayPal button as well that you can donate to the channel. You can do it on a monthly basis as well. I have some people that do it monthly or one shot. So however you want to do it, I appreciate each and every one of you. If all you're doing is just looking at I so appreciate anyone viewing the episode. So thank you to all of you. So with that being said, let's get started and watch. We're going to watch episode number 320, if you can believe it. And let's have a look at our Filles du Roi of this episode. Today we're going to be looking at Les Filles du Roi, episode 320, Marie Poire. She is a viewer request, and I did have her in my files, one of my genealogy colleagues down in Tucson. She knows who she is. This is her great-grandmother as well. So let's get to know Marie a little bit better. So Marie was born in 1641 in Paris, France. Her parents were Toussaint Poire and Catherine Chatou. Now, she is born in the 10e arrondissement in the Saint Laurent parish, that she would have been baptized in the church. That church dates back to at least 583 in the sense that there was a church there from that time. And the church that you're looking at now emanates from the 12th, but the only thing that really remains from the 12th is the bell tower, and that is really packed. The rest of it has been rebuilt and rebuilt over, the centuries. And so that is where Marie would have been baptized. Now, the Saint Laurent parish or church was the Church of Saint Vincent de Paul that many of you know as a very charitable institution. Now, we also know that the 10e arrondissement, the 10th arrondissement, is also known as l'entrepôt, the warehouse. It's situated on the right bank of the River Seine and contains two of Paris's 6 main railway stations, the Gare du Nord and the Gare de l'Est. So if you want to travel to this place, obviously it makes it very easy. The 10th also contains a large portion of a very famous canal, Saint-Martin, that links the northeastern parts of Paris to the River Seine, a very historic point. After losing both her parents, she would leave for Canada and climb aboard Le Jean Baptiste, arriving in Quebec, New France, on June 30th, 1669. But she brought with her quite a dowry. Remember, we talked about how some of these girls had no money and some had a lot of money. This one did. She brought a dowry worth £950. Just tremendous. And she actually would receive the $50 gifts from the king, making her dowry worth £1,000. Now, she did make a marriage contract in September of 1669 with a man named Jean de Lalonde, but this was annulled. The groom that she would select, and who selected her, his name was Jean-François Hardy or Hardy. I don't think that's how they said it, but 1640 is his year of birth. He is born in Neuville, which is now part of Le Havre in France. His parents were Pierre Hardy and Isabelle Meilloux. Now you can see that Ruelle, Le Havre, is part of the Seine-Maritime in Normandy, in the Normandy region. You can actually see it in the upper left of your screen. You can see Havre, so you know exactly where it is located. And as I've said, it is now a district of Le Havre, but at one time it was its own small village, and it had a church. It has a church called Église Saint-Julien, and that was there from about the 13th or 14th century. Although this area was absorbed into Le Havre in the 20th century, based upon where it was, Ruelle escaped the worst of the World War II bombings that allowed landmarks like Saint-Julien and remnants of the old manor house to survive. So when you walk the streets, you're really able to see things that, for example, Jean-François would have seen as well. I think that's remarkable. Jean Hardy was contracted to work for the Sulpicians in Montreal for 3 years. His contract was signed on June 13, 1661, so he would arrive sometime in the late summer or fall of 1661. It was said in his contract that he would receive £165, which is quite a bit of money. And in 1666, you see him recorded in the census for Sillery. He's not working for the Sulpicians anymore. He is working for Denis Rouet, the Sœur de Teil, and who is a very big shot. He is the advisor to the king in the Sovereign Council of New France. So Jean was, getting to know pretty influential people. So by 1669, he was ready for marriage. 21st of October, 1669, they were married at Quebec City. They would settle at Neuville. Neuville is one of the oldest Quebec settlements in New France, and it's located about 30 kilometers, about, 15 miles west of Quebec City. It was begun in 1653. The area was granted as a seigneurie by Jean de Lauzon to Jean Bourdon de Saint-Jean for his son, Jean-François Bourdon de Dombourg. In 1680, Jean-François Bourdon de Dombourg sold it to Nicolas Dupont de Neuville. Thereafter, the seigneurie was known as Neuville. But if you see documents from 1660 or so to 1680, you will note that it's called Dombourg. So make certain that you know that is Neuville. Now, this is a beautiful, beautiful area. I stayed here a couple of years ago, and it was truly a remarkable place in terms of kind of somewhere in time. That's what I felt like, transported. Many of my ancestors settled at Neuville, so I wanted to see it and feel it. And we took our RV and we stayed at one of the campgrounds, and it was a magnificent experience. So please have a look at Neuville if this is a special spot in your ancestry as well. They would go on to have 6 children. Anne Jeanne would marry Pierre Simon and would have 10 children, 5 of whom would make it to adulthood. Pierre's mother was a fille mariée who we profiled in Fille mariée episode 117, Marie-Vie de la Motte. Pierre would marry Marie-Charlotte Neufade, and together they would have 13 children, 12 of whom made it to adulthood, and 9 who left descendants. Marie's mother was Marie-Charlotte de Poitiers, a fille mariée, episode 129, both of whom I have put the links to as well. Jean-Baptiste would marry Marguerite Voyer and would have 13 children, 6 of whom would make it to adulthood, and 5 would leave descendants. Marguerite's mother was Catherine Crampon, a fille mariée number 68. I've left the link for you as well. Angélique would pass away at age 6. Catherine would marry Jean-François Fontaine and have 2 children, one of whom would make it to adulthood. And as for Jean-François, we know he was alive as of 1696, given some documents, but after that we don't have any other information. In the 1681 census, we have Jean and Marie, their children, Anne Jeanne, Pierre, Jean-Baptiste, Catherine, Jean-François. They have 1 gun, 10 goats, and 20 alpins à valeur, about 21 acres of land. Marie and Jean would have a nice long life together. She would pass away in January of 1715 at about 73 years of age. She and Jean would have been married 45 years, and together they would leave us 76 descendants as of 1729. Jean himself would last only 6 more months without Marie, and he would pass away in June of 1715 at about the age of 75. Truly a wonderful love story between them. What a fabulous story Marie gave us. And the fact she came across with so much of a dowry. Just amazing, her pedigree and what she came, and she left all that behind and really settled on a new life. I just absolutely am impressed by her as well. And the fact that she was one of those early settlers of the beautiful Neuville. Absolutely love that place. So we really, really are grateful to Marie for taking that leap and embodying all the attributes we can imagine in terms of a pioneer woman, of her stamina, her endurance, her ability to outlive and to basically make certain that her legacy continues. So we are so grateful for all that she did for all of her descendants. So thank you so much, Marie. Until I see you again, I want to say thank you to my patrons and supporters and subscribers. Thank you so much, all of you, for everything you do. I appreciate you. And until next time, au revoir.